This is the L2C Media Network, and this is a special election night edition of the Baxley Sports Final. Now, here's the Baxman. All right, thank you very much, Harold. Good evening, everybody, and it is a good evening. We are on a bit late, and I do apologize for that, but I had some things I had to do here at the Casa. Anyway, we are on for 30 minutes. So let me just explain why we're on the air for 30 minutes and not our usual hour show. It is election night, election day, and the sports world has taken a brief momentary pause. So you've heard of having a light day in sports? Hoy, oy, oy. So welcome to a 30-minute show. Little late, but we're still going to have a 30-minute broadcast. We continue to monitor all the situations right now. Let's put it this way. Right now, we are about a few precincts away from bringing Michigan to Trump. But that's news related. We're sports related. So give us a moment here whilst I Oops. Oops. There we go. Okay, we're just going to not have a little thing on the Facebook. There we go. All right.
We can now call Texas for the President of the United States. This is a state that I think
the DT. All right, we are on the air. Let's take a moment or two to breathe. That's our president, Mom, and note the red light on my microphone. Thank you. Biden is the Democratic vice president. Yeah, Biden is the Democratic presidential nominee. Okay, now that I've explained what's going on to my mom, let's explain something else to my mom. We're going to sports. And here we go. I told you we're going to be on for 30 minutes. And let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 will be off. We will be off the air at 12:25. Actually, 12:20. So let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the headlines. And most of them is the league. We will have the trade tracker and the trade deadline, the winners and losers. Let's get to it. A day after trading one of their top free agent investments. We're going to try that again. A day after trading one of their top free agent investments of recent years, the San Francisco 49ers have also cut ties with one of their most notable draft picks of late. The team announced Tuesday that it has waived former second-rounder Dante Pettis, ending the wide receiver's Niners career after less than 3 seasons and reportedly unsuccessful attempt to trade the pass catcher ahead of the afternoon deadline. Drafted 44th overall out of Washington in 2018, Pettis began his NFL career with a promising performance, averaging more than 17 yards per catch and scoring 5 touchdowns in just 12 games as a rookie. But he notably entered 2019 training camp out of shape to run, catching just 11 passes in as many games during his second year. This season, despite myriad of injuries at wide receiver, Pettis was even less utilized, garnering just a single target through 5 games and infamously fumbling away a kick return during San Francisco's Week 8 loss. A record-breaking return man in college, Pettis figures to warrant a fair amount of interest on the waiver wire despite his lackluster finish with the Niners. Still just 25, he has 11 starts under his belt and could offer a team a low-risk speed option out wide. Let's go from the cuts to who got where and why. That's right. It's time to go to the NFL Trade Tracker. All right, let's kick in the Trade Tracker and tell you what happened. The Patriots, will you stop that? Come on, boys. The 2020 NFL trade deadline was here. The league has already seen a few trade offers accepted, but more on the horizon. Let's track them. The Patriots finally landed a wide receiver in the form of Isaiah Ford from the AFC East rival Dolphins. According to Adam Schefter of ESPN, Miami will receive a 2022 seventh-round pick to complete the deal. Now our second one. Houston Texans wide receiver Will Fuller is monitoring the NFL trade deadline to learn his fate. One team that has expressed interest is Green Bay Packers. However, it sounds as though a deal will not be reached because members of the Packers organization are in disagreement over short-term benefits compared to long-term costs, according to Diana Rossini of ESPN. Now, the New England Patriots want a first-round pick and a player in a trade involving cornerback Stephon Gilmore, according once again to ESPN's Diana Rossini. The 30-year-old Gilmore is in the final year of his contract, and the Patriots are fading within the AFC East. He has 20 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception, and 2 pass deflections this season. Now, according to NFL media and ESPN, Los Angeles is sending Pro Bowl defensive back and kick returner Desmond King to the Titans in exchange for a 6th-round pick. King, who is in the final year of his deal, has recorded 24 tackles and 1 sack in 6 games this season. The New Orleans Saints are sending a conditional 5th-round pick and linebacker Kiko Alonso to San Francisco in exchange for Quan Alexander, according to Adam Schefter of ESPN. The two teams play each other in Week 10. The Saints are attempting to win at all costs, while the 49ers general manager John Lynch was eager to get a big contract off the books. These two teams are still in the hunt for their respective decisions. If this goes through, look for the Saints to be one up. Jason La Canfora of NFL Insider. I'll try that again. Jason La Canfora, NFL Insider for CBS Sports, notes that Marvin Jones is the receiver that has been made available by Detroit, but questions if Golladay might also be had at the right price. We got a little word here. Canfora wrote, things have been tense between Golladay and the organization for quite some time. He's been brooding over not getting a new deal, and that came to a head on Saturday when Canfora was told he was not at the facility when he should have been. Now, Golladay, the 26-year-old Golladay, is in the final year of his rookie. He's recorded 20 receptions for 338 yards and 2 touchdowns while missing 2 games with an injury. Reserve linebacker Robert Spillane has played well post-injury to Bush, but Pittsburgh has seen a pass without solid linebacker play, and it was not pretty. They bolstered their Super Bowl contending roster and former veteran linebacker Avery Williamson, Adam Schefter reported from ESPN Sunday night that the AFC team acquired Williamson and a 2020 7th-round pick. In exchange for a 2020 5th-round pick, Williamson goes from the NFL's lone winless team to the lone undefeated team in a reversal of fortunes overnight. He has 59 tackles and 1 interception this season. Now, the potential availability of New Orleans wide receiver Michael Thomas is a rumor that has gained steam in recent weeks for whatever reason. Ian Rappaport of NFL Media says that the team has no intention of moving the star wide receiver despite punching a teammate in practice leading up to a Week 5 contest against Chargers. Excuse me. A trade of Thomas, yes, I belched, and I'm glad I covered. A trade of Thomas would leave New Orleans with a dead cap hit of $27 million in 2020. The number dips down to $14 million following the 2022 season. Now, on the other side, the Seattle Seahawks acquired disgruntled edge rusher Carlos Dunlap from Cincinnati Wednesday in exchange for offensive lineman B.J. Finney and a 2021 seventh-round draft pick, according to Albert Breer of SI.com. Dunlap has vocalized his unhappiness by posting the team's defensive rotations and promoting the sale of his home on Twitter and more. Dunlap has 18 tackles, 1 sack, and 2 pass deflections this season. Now, the Bengals may not be done at the deadline. There are still a few other veterans that could be on the move. There's more on that story by Adam Kaplan of ESPN, who also notes that the Seahawks may not be done acquiring pass rush help. Now, Patrick Walker of CBS Sports mocked up 10 trades that could help contenders make a Super Bowl run. And it is possible the Patriots could be buyers and sellers ahead of the November 3rd deadline. Walker has the Patriots moving a big-time player while also adding a brand-name wide receiver. Now, not every team is a contender, though, and the deadline could be interesting for lower-tier teams. Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports explored one trade that each team should make in the coming days. And we'll tell you more about that when it happens. But it didn't take too long for Dallas to find a valuable suitor for edge rusher Everson Griffin on Tuesday. It was learned that Detroit was acquiring the former Viking in exchange for a conditional 2021 sixth-round draft pick. He is due to receive roughly half of a $6 million salary from the Lions. League COVID-19 protocols prevent Griffin from playing this weekend, so his first action with his new team will come November 8th against Minnesota. Meanwhile, Miami has turned the keys to the castle over rookie quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. But that does mean the AFC's contenders prepared to give up on their season, nor recently demoted second-string QB. Head coach Brian Flores states that the team has no intention of trading Ryan Fitzpatrick. The veteran led the Dolphins to a 3-3 record in second place within the division. Now, the CBS Sports team has been compiling needs for multiple teams across the NFL. Now, I will tell you, you got Cleveland Browns, Vegas Raiders, New England Patriots, New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, and Washington. Now, Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports constructed a position-by-position list of 75 players that could be on the move ahead of the trade deadline. Some notable names, including Jameis Winston of the quarterback for Saints. Jameis Winston, yeah. Bengals wide receiver A.J. Green, Texans edge rusher J.J. Watt, and Patriots cornerback Stephon Gilmore. We're already repeating stories that are old, so we'll just stop right there. But if you want to know more, go to cbssports.com. But I got to tell you right now, folks, and I know I'm moving the microphone around. It's going wild. All right, now it's happy. We've had another cancellation. The Green Bay Packers are facing COVID-19 issues of their own. Are you ready for this? Even though they aren't going to affect their Week 9 matchup with the San Francisco 49ers on Thursday, the NFL revealed the Packers 49ers game is still scheduled for Thursday despite Green Bay having a positive COVID-19 case from running back A.J. Dillon. Now, in addition to Dillon's positive test, the NFL determined both running back Jamal Williams and rookie linebacker Kamal Martin were designated as high-risk close contacts and were told to stay away from the team until Saturday. Dillon, the infected individual, was in close contact with Williams and Martin on Sunday, hence the 5-day incubation period. Both players have been away from the team facility and have not practiced. So why will this game be played as scheduled when other NFL games, notably 2 New England Patriots games and a Tennessee Titans game with the Buffalo Bills, that was moved until Tuesday in week 5 of the season? Now, part of it is that Green Bay is traveling to San Francisco, which is different from New England, Tennessee having games postponed. Both the Patriots and Titans had home games when they had their COVID-19 outbreaks, where other teams would have entered facilities that had a recent positive test. Now, the only other part is that 3 players have been quarantined. That number obviously could increase. If there are other positive tests in the next 3 days, that could put Thursday's football game in big-time jeopardy. The NFL has not set clear lines on how many cases are needed to lead to a rescheduling. The Packers will be thin at running back as Aaron Jones' status is in doubt as he missed 2 of the past 3 games with a calf injury. Green Bay is down to Dexter Williams and Tyler Ervin as its lone fully healthy running backs, and the Packers will have to activate Williams from the practice squad. Ervin actually plays and practices as a wide receiver. This is definitely one we are going to watch very carefully. Okay, we're at 12:07. As for Packers' situation, certainly appears less than ideal, especially if Star Jones is forced out of a 3rd consecutive game. So we're going to keep this that game in the eyeballs. And there you go. Now in the NBA. And this is going to be fun. It's not very common for a team coming off a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals to have 3 first-round picks in the upcoming NFL draft. But the wheeling and dealing the Boston Celtics have done in recent years have set them up in a position to be incredibly busy on draft night. Equipped with the 14th, 26th, and 30th picks in the draft on November 18th, the Celtics are looking to trade all 3 selections in an effort to move up further in the lottery, per Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer. However, he said no teams have been interested in Boston's offer yet. Now, it makes sense for the Celtics to want to unload some of their picks, considering they're trying to win now with a wealth of talented young players already on the roster. Danny Ainge and the rest of the Boston's front office has built a championship caliber team through drafting players like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart. And don't necessarily need 3 additional mid to late first-round draft picks to improve the team. From cap space perspective, it would also help Boston save some money entering the season where the NBA salary cap is projected to decrease due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It's unclear who the Celtics have in mind or if they are able to move up in the lottery, but if they do keep the number 14 pick, the latest mock draft of CBS Sports has them selecting sharpshooting small forward Aaron Nesmith, who could provide shooting and wing depth to Boston's roster. Wow. All right. Okay, folks. We had some Golden Globe little things for you. And here we go. Now, the month of November is usually award season for MLB, Major League Baseball. Tonight, or Tuesday night, They kicked things off as the league revealed the winners for the 2020 Gold Glove Awards. Now, unlike in a normal season, this year's Rawlings Baseball Gold Gloves aren't being determined by manager and coach voting. Rather, they're being determined by numbers and numbers alone, because the regional schedule prevented those voters from getting a proper look at every candidate in their respective league. And with that said, this year featured 11 first-time Gold Glove winners, and including White Sox rookies Luis Robert. On the other end of the continuum, Nolan Ariando and Alex Gordon each claimed his 8th career Gold Glove. In the case of Gordon, who's already announced his retirement, he takes home a Gold Glove in his final big league season. Mookie Bettis won his 5th Gold Glove and first as a National Leaguer. And at the team level, the Indians, Rangers, Cubs, and Cardinals each had 2 winners apiece for 2020. Let's go through them right now. In the American League, Griffin Canning of the Angels won a Gold Glove for pitcher. Roberto Perez won Cleveland won Gold Glove for catcher. Evan White of the Mariners won for Gold Glove for first base. Second base, Cesar Hernandez from Cleveland. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford of the Mariners. Third base, Isaiah Kinner Falifa from the Rangers. Left field, Alex Gordon of the Royals. Center field, Luis Robert of the White Sox. Right field, Joey Gallo of the Rangers. For National League, pitcher, Braves Max Fried. Catcher, Reds Tucker Barnhart. First base, Cubs Anthony Rizzo. Second base, Cardinals Colton Wong. Shortstop, Cubs Javier Baez. Third base, Rockies Nolan Ariando. Left field, Cardinals Tyler O'Neill. Center fielder, Padres Trent Grisham. Right field, the Dodgers Mookie Bettis. Now, we'll have the winners of the Platinum. Okay, and let's get to it and go tap dancing as we go to awful announcing. Fox News desk can make a call. And here we go. And that is Iowa for President Trump. He will win the state of Iowa. Up, boys. ABC's 3 college football windows all recorded season-high viewership Saturday, with Ohio and Penn State their best game so far. Both Sunday Night Football and Sunday Ticket could change hands in the next round of rights bidding. Ooh. Probably ask yourself, wait a minute. What does this mean? What could this mean? Well, here we go. It's NFL rights deal rumor mill time. 2 different reports came out Monday regarding the future of 2 valuable NFL properties, so it made sense. And here we go. Wrap up the report, get the speculation, and fire up the rumor mill. First, the biggest brand name, NBC's Sunday Night Football, the future home of which was the subject of a lengthy Andrew Marchand piece for the New York Post. Well, according to Marchand, Disney is major competition for NBC's rights. Now, the next round of bidding could be finished soon, though. Even though the current deals aren't up until the end of the 2022 season, Disney has been making a lot of noise for a while about wanting to get ABC back into the NFL, especially for the postseason and Super Bowl rotation. So here's the word from the Post. At the moment, ESPN spends $2 billion per year for an inferior Monday night schedule and no Super Bowls, while NBC writes a check for a mere $950 million for NFL Sunday Night, which includes flexible scheduling that allows the NFL to shift better games into prime time, as well as a spot in the rotation of the Super Bowl. NBC also has 2 playoff games per year compared to ESPN's 1. NBC added another playoff game this year with the expanded format. ABC currently has no regular package, but occasionally simulcasts ESPN's productions. ESPN's extra cost does allow it to have almost wall-to-wall highlights on its network daily, which is something NBC, Fox, and CBS they don't have. ESPN broadcasts the draft and the Pro Bowl. Now, if Disney were able to swipe Sunday Night Football from NBC, it would likely place it on ABC. In such a scenario, NBC will still be in play for Monday or Thursday night. Both Disney and NBC could try for Fox and CBS's Sunday afternoon package. Now, ESPN's longstanding point that they paid for the old Monday Night Football slate of games and still do, only to have Sunday Night Football become the marquee property, has always been a valid point. The Monday Night Football rights are up a year earlier than the rest of the NFL package, so Disney is presumably looking to fold in other options as they renegotiate the deal. Will we end up with ABC prominently back in the picture? Very early to say, though NBC has a lot of incentive to maintain their Sunday Night Football continuity going forward. At the very least, ESPN ABC getting another playoff game or possibly into the Super Bowl rotation feels a lot likelier than a massive shift among primetime deals, but strange things could happen. Meanwhile, another piece of the NFL rights landscape could be on the move. The NFL Sunday Ticket out-of-market package, long exclusive to DirecTV, may finally hit market. This has been talked about for a while as well, but for the first time, there's a solid report from John Arand of Sports Business Journal that the satellite service seemingly is ready to not just give up exclusivity, but is prepared to move on completely. Now, Arand goes on to list the players who could be interested in acquiring Sunday Ticket for their streaming services, and the list is what we all thought. Peacock, Amazon Prime, ESPN Plus, CBS All Access. Compared to the Sunday Night Football deal, this package does certainly seem much likelier to hit the market. The old DirecTV deal is clearly from another era. It's hard to imagine any company now paying for anything close to $1.5 billion annually. A lot of other out-of-market packages like that would have a lot of value as differentiator for any one streaming services, and that looks likely to be the next generation. In addition to the subscription streaming services mentioned by Arand, it could also be a fit for cable alternatives like YouTube TV, which this year added a premium tier, including NFL Red Zone, and is also currently in limbo with a variety of local sports channels. Person can dream, can't they? Indeed. Oh, boy. We've had a lot of fun tonight, didn't we? And now, with several precincts reporting, we got to do the scoreboard, and we got to do it quickly. We're almost out of our 30-minute window here. A reminder, we'll probably be back with Loaded Sports tomorrow because the elections, usually the sports world sort of pauses when something this big happens. And so because of that, we're into what we like to call a short show because nothing much happens. So let's get going. Let's shake a leg, boys and girls. Reminder, AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite is live again from Jacksonville this Wednesday night, 8 o'clock on TNT. Now, let's get to the big games. Let's get to the scoreboard. In the Champions League group stage, Lokomotiv Moscow and Atletico Madrid tied at 1. Mönchengladbach beat Shakhtar Donetsk 6-0. Liverpool over Atalanta 5-0. Porto over Marseille 3-0. Manchester City over Olympico Piraeus 3-0. Ajax over Midtjylland 2-1. Real Madrid over Inter 3-2. Bayern Munich and Salzburg 6-2. Bayern Munich. Let's go to the basketball in Europe. In Euro Cup, Ulm over Mornar Bay, 82-66. Borg over Bakkieser Kolk, 79-77. Levalios over Unikaja, 90-80. Now, let's go to baseball. In Japan, Fukuoka Silverhawks over the Chiba Marines, 4-3. 4-8-0 for Hawks, 3-8-0 for the Marines. Ishikawa for the Marines gets lost. He's 7-6. Vandenherk of the Silverhawks gets win. He's 2-2. The Chinichi Dragons beat the Yokohama Bay Stars 7-5, 7-12-1 for the Dragons, 5-14-1 for the Bay Stars. Fukutani gets the win for the Dragons. He's 8-2. Onuki gets a loss for the Bay Stars. He's 10-6. The Akut Swallows over the Hanshin Tigers 4-1, 4-11-0 for the Swallows, 1-6-1 for the Tigers. Iwashada for the Tigers gets a loss. He's 6-3. Umino gets the win for the Swallows. He's 4-1. The Hiroshima Carp and the Omuri Giants went extras and couldn't decide it. 2-2 final score. 2-7-0 to the Carp. 2-8-0 for the Giants. No winner, no loser. Cebu Lions over the Nippon Ham Fighters. 5-4. 5-9-0 for the Lions. 4-8-0 for the Fighters. Moriwaki for the Lions gets the win. He's 5-0. Tamai gets the loss. He's 4-4. Oric Buffaloes over the Rakuten Golden Eagles, 6-3, 6-11-1 for the Buffaloes, 3-9-0 for the Eagles. Yamasaki for the Buffaloes gets the win. He's 5-5. Norimoto gets the loss. He's 5-7. And folks, that's it. That is it for us. We have gone beyond the 30 minutes. So that is going to wrap it up for us. Happy Election Day. And what can I tell you? Things are definitely going wacky in the elections. We may find out Friday who got it officially. But right now, it's anybody's ball game. For us, we'll see you tomorrow night with our usual show. Until then, have a happy and wonderful Wednesday morning here on the East Coast. Over there on the West Coast, it's still Tuesday night. The votes are still being counted, and everybody is still reporting on it right now. It's too close to call in some cases, but we could tell you with 100% of the precincts reporting, that's it. For all of our crew, I am Steve, the Baxman Baxley. We'll see you tomorrow night, everybody, 11:30 regular time for a full hour of Sports Power. Until then, this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and the L2C Sports. And for all of us here at L2C Sports and the Sports Final, may all your teams always be winners. Good night, America, wherever and whomever ye may be. Good night and blessings.